what Baddock can do and what he can do.
Oh, he's got him. He's got him. And Calamati is not cold, and the referee is not even bothering with the count.
There was not no person on this earth that I wouldn't fight that. And Brian made me believe it. He made me believe that anybody I got in the ring with, I could beat him.
He went on and became a British champion. Well, he won the European title in fantastic fashion. I don't know if you've ever seen the film of his knockout of that fella. Well, I thought it killed him.
He turned pro in 1987, aged 18, and the first year he had 7 fights, winning 6 and losing the 1 against Paul Burke, a close points decision. What do you remember about that time and, you know, experiencing that first defeat early in your career? Did it set you on the path?
I think it was the most horriblest feeling you could ever possibly have when you get lose, and especially in the pro games. And I remember thinking to myself, this will never happen to me again. And I remember going back to the gym and back to the drawing board and training so hard, and listening and practicing and learning that 5 years I was unbeaten for 5 years after that Paul Burke fight. And I just remember it saying it would never happen again. But it made me realise that I found myself in boxing, that I did believe that I was going to do it. From that day on, I said I'm never going to get beat again. And because Brian had so much belief in me, I thought I'm not going to let this man down. So I started taking it a lot more serious and training a lot more harder and staying a lot more focused. And he was right. I couldn't fault him, he was right. When I took it to that extreme, I was unbeaten. I couldn't be beat. These young kids that you'll see now, these are my fighters. Yeah, these are what I'm bringing through myself. Yeah, as Pat Barrett. Yeah, and one day I'll be as good as Brian Hughes. I hope to God I am as good as Brian Hughes, because that is one hell of a trainer. We're just carrying that legacy on from Brian Hughes. This gym is not Colquhoun Moston. This gym is Brian Hughes' gym. Yeah, because I guarantee I will not let him down, and I will teach and train the same way that he did and carry on that legacy out. And I'll never forget, if anybody ever asks me when I get there, say, how did you become? I'll always remember Brian Hughes. Anybody can be a trainer or a coach, but if you don't understand the fighter's mind, yeah, then, you know, that's what makes a good coach and a good trainer, because you don't just physically train him, you have to mentally get him ready. And the mental part to getting a fighter ready is the hardest part.
Watch this. And it's beat, put it with a dot, put it with an M. I go A-L-O-N-E. If I got a shoot, never with a friend. I'm on a shipment coming to the ends. Tell him it's different, I don't need a pen. Everything straight from the top of the dome. Dig it up, aim for the top of the head, back of the head. And it's beat, put it with a dot, put it with an M-A. L-O-N-E, wolf to the game, and I might just erupt like Pompeii. I hear that they're looking for me, well tell them they're looking the wrong way. You'll find me sitting in a factory talking profit, somebody say grace. It's like me, I'm in a great space. King of the North, I set pace. If this was a game of chess, then you already know I checkmate. I don't make clothing for the mountains, I make my clothes for the estate. And watch when the trainers drop, fuck sake, somebody better say grace. I made him triple black for the brothers that are ready to become self-made. I wasn't rich when I was on the road, but I swear down I was well paid. And when I heard you lot were making crepes, I had to say well played. But just know that my crepes will spin your trainers like a Beyblade. Cause this one's a disgrace. Tell them to watch this space. And when I get my clothes off the ship and into the shop, it's a piss take. And when you got Donny's dance taken off the internet, let me just explain. Getting on the wrong side of being alone has gotta be a mistake. I'm gonna leave this one here cause I spelled this one out. It's gonna blow like a hand grenade when I pull this pin out. I used to weigh 0.9 of a gram on the scales and put it in a gin on. And now I'm competing with no face with a brand new jet black rig up. Tell them it's beat, put it with a dot, put it with an M. I go A-L-O-N-E. If I got a shoot, never with a friend. I'm on a shipment coming to the ends. Tell them it's different, I don't need a pen. Everything straight from the top of the dome. Dig it up, aim for the top of the head, back of the head. And it's beat, put it with a dot, put it with an M-A. L-O-N-E, wolf to the game, and I might just erupt like Pompeii. I hear that they're looking for me, well tell them they're looking the wrong way. You'll find me sitting in a factory talking profit, somebody say grace.
Pat Barrett, obviously trains his fighters here, and he was part of the system. I promoted him many years ago. He asked me to come down, and it's a great pleasure to be here. It's where Brian Hughes brought through so many great fighters over the years that I promoted. See Tommy's over there. There's just so many guys that come out, so many happy memories. It's a privilege for me to be here, to be cutting the cake. I'm really proud that they asked me. It's been a privilege that they keep putting the fighters with me and allowing me to promote them, and I'm delighted that that's the case.
The way Pat's organised it, it's like a conveyor belt. Yeah, you've got fighters that come through. Once they do a certain amount of bounce, Pat will then pass them on to Frank, and then the next lot will come through. Do you know what I mean? All taught the same, all with the same values. Defence first.
I'm just happy to have the chance and the opportunity to try and carry a legacy on and live it under a great man, and that's all I can say really. And we'll see, we'll have a lot more champions coming out of this gym.
Big right hand. Oh, and as I say that, then he did it.
Good right hand to the body, landed behind the left elbow from Zelfa Barrett. Oh, cracking right hand once again. A sharp shooting right cross landed by Barrett.
Shot. He's got real power, genuine power in that right hand. Again, cracking right uppercut, and again you see it's the quality and the speed of punch that is coming from Barrett is probably the difference again. It's the Commonwealth Light Heavyweight title. It goes back to Mostyn in Manchester.
First and foremost, Brian Hughes is an absolute gentleman. Always has been, always will be. And he's paved the way for people like me, He put Manchester on the map, He was the first one I remember training boxers.
Boxing's missed a great legend, and he's a legend in Manchester and all over the country and all over the world, Brian Hughes. And some great fighters, Pat Barrett, and all the other fights he's had. But I can't name, there's that many of them.
The main thing that what I wanted to do was I wanted him to be different than the ordinary boxers that I'd seen, and I wanted them to have that flair, but especially, even if they got beat, where I knew that they wouldn't come with, marked up faces and what have you, and badly beaten and all that. So I insisted that we work and train on counter-punching and defensive work, slipping punches and sidestepping and what have you. And it came off for us, it was lovely. Pat Barrett come along, and he just wanted to come in to train. Pat was great, and one day he stood in front of the big mirror we used to have, and I said, "What's the matter?" He said, "Well, all these seem to be stopping boxers and what have you, and knockouts, and I can't." And he was a big bony kid, and I said, "Well, you'll learn when we work up to that. You're not at that, stage yet where we can teach you how to throw punches properly. We've just been learning your defence, but we'll start on that next week, and I promise you." And once we started on it, he started, putting people down in the amateurs, and then as a pro, and when we had blokes coming in sparring, he'd be flattening people.
We know what Pat Barrett can do and what he can't do.
need people like me, man. You need people, man. I put this shit together, man.
What's wrong with that?
That's alright. It's not happening. Without boxing, I'm nothing. So, this place is everything to me. It gives me a purpose in life. I ain't got nothing. And without this, I'm nobody. I really talk. You get me? Nah, serious. What would I do? What would I do without this place? Where would I go? What would I do? You understand? Go back on road shotting. Do you know what I mean? What would I do without you? You understand? This gives me a purpose, man. I want to build these fighters now, like, to be something. And even if they don't make it as fighters, because a lot of them won't. Do you know what I mean? A lot of them, I put that here, if they've got a purpose to go to the gym, and you'll never forget coming in the gym. You'll never forget that.
It's great to see the smile on the kids' faces. It's great. I feel better giving it now than when I box myself. It's the pleasure of doing that. That's brilliant. What's feeling like? What's feeling?
That's why I rebuilt Golden Gloves. I've done what I've done for not for me, but for the club to create and make the new generation of fighters and a new generation of boxers coming from here. And like I said before, Golden Gloves is the future. Believe me. You found out. Everything comes out. Everything.
Especially in them later on.
Yeah.
Listen, the
I still
first
love them
round, the
later
nervous
rounds.
exhaustion and everything else, and all the nerves and everything that goes with even getting in the crowd. It's nervous, and that's the nervous exhaustion can make you just flop. Do you know what I mean? Flop. Doesn't matter. You seen Ricky Hatton's lad? Like he'd never trained, like he'd never trained, but obviously he trained. He was on social media, done a massive camp, and he's got obviously there's another thing, but he's got a lot of pressure on his shoulders as another kid. You know what I mean? But obviously he trained like a demon all the way through. But it's the nerves.
It's your breathing as well, getting your breathing right. That's what I say on the bags now. When your bags, we get them on the bag pumping. Just get your breathing going as well. That's stamina, it's how to breathe. Don't go tight. If you go tight and go tense, that's where you lose all your energy. That's where you lose your energy. Just be relaxed. Relax and breathe as you fight. I mean, people don't understand that.
When you go into a boxing gym, you'll never ever forget that for the rest of your life. And you know when you receive like just a little medal, you still have that for years. Have you ever won a little medal or something when you was a kid? And it was your pride and joy on it. You put it on the telly and it was you just, that's what they give to these kids, and you just look and think, I'm just doing that for that. And it's our fucking breaking, because you're making them happy. Do you know what, we have the kids in here, like I explained before, and you know, like they have the best.
Welcome to the Grand Central Hall in Liverpool. This is the Black Flash promotion show, and I'm joined by the promoter here, Pat Barrett. Sorry for the delay tonight. There's been a couple of hiccups, as there always is on live shows, but I'm joined by Pat here. Pat, the show's finally going ahead. Unfortunately, it's only 4 fights tonight. There's been a few hiccups. There's been someone come down with the old COVID and all that. So, you know, again, it's always a bit of a mission putting on a show. There's lots of things that can go wrong, but it's finally on and it's here, and we're about 10-15 minutes away from the first fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's been hard, really. I'm just glad to say that I've not had to cancel the show, you know what I mean, Chris? It was like, that's what it was like before. It was that close to being cancelled, and I thought, you know, I couldn't let Marcel down again. We got a kid that I've just signed under Khoun. I couldn't let him down. You know, Thomas Rafferty. Again, what happened last time with the COVID, I couldn't let him down. I had to do it. I had to find a way to make this work, and here we are, 4 bouts, and we're doing it.
Yeah. Marcel's topping the bill tonight. He's had a few fights called off as well. You were saying, you didn't want to do it for him. He's in his hometown, sold the tickets, and he's a prospect that you think highly of as well. So we're looking forward to seeing him tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good friends with his coach Wayne Smith. I mean, we've always worked well together. He's worked with Zelfa, Linden, all my shows, all the fights, and the same thing happened last time at the Devonshire House. Marcel couldn't fight, and it would have been devastating blow for him if he didn't make this show tonight. So I couldn't do it.
Yeah. We're looking forward to a good night, Pat. I know you've got plenty to do, so I'll let you get off and go backstage there and sort out. And I'm going to bring Tommy Dix in here, the main man. See you in a bit, Pat. Good evening, Tommy. It's great to see you over there. I'm glad you could make it. Carly, come in. We've got Carly Skelly here as well, who's going to be fighting for the Commonwealth title. We'll talk to Carly in a minute. Tommy, you always like to be out for a good small hall show. Manchester or Liverpool, you'd always seem to be at them. Looking forward to a good show tonight. Marcel on top of the bill.
I am. Marcel's got a hell of a lot of talent. And there's nothing better for me when these lads, you've seen them starting the journey. Now the same thing is you've got Fowler against Smith. Jay Metcalf will be on the bill. And so will young Willis, who I've known since amateurs. But these lads, they're living the dream at the moment. Now, that night, I'll be at Newcastle because a young lad will be having his second pro fight, and this young lady will be boxing for the Commonwealth title. And that's where my heart lies, into seeing these lads and girls starting the journey off, because then it gives you great satisfaction when you see them going to the top, like you've seen Scott Quigg and lads like that. It's something that you can't describe. It's a wonderful experience.
We've got Carly here. Carly, come in. You're here tonight in your hometown, the show. You're going to be in Newcastle for your big fight against Ellen Simwak for the Commonwealth title. Yeah. So you're there tonight supporting the other Liverpool fighters, but in a few weeks it's your big night. How are you feeling ahead of this big title fight?
Really looking forward to it, because obviously I've meant to have had 2 fights by now this year, and they've both all fallen through, so I'm really eager to get in the ring now, get the belt that she's already been mine, so yeah, looking forward to it.
And Ellen Simwaka, she's from Malawi, I believe, so African fighter. What do you know about her? Have you been able to get any footage of her to have a look?
No, I don't know much about her. I know she's boxed for this title herself maybe a couple of years ago against the Scottish girl, and she comes short on that, but other than that, nothing out there on her now, so yeah, looking forward to it.
Big opportunity for her, isn't it, Tommy? And we speak about female boxing a lot. It's really thriving now, and Carly's got a big opportunity here.
Yes, now there's one thing about female boxing I've got to say. A lot of these girls that are turning professional now, they've all got top-class amateur pedigrees. There is not the learning fights for the girls as what there is for the boys. Now, you mark my words, in some ways it's a harder game for the girls. Now, I noticed this with Katie Taylor. I mean, I remember Katie when she was 12 or 13, actually a manager, Brian Peters, we was talking today on the phone, and I wish her all the best. Now, what I am saying is this, that Katie Taylor, she'd never had many easy fights, even as an amateur, because some of those girls in Dublin and around Ireland, they could fight like men, you believe me. I mean, I remember Katie sparring with Martin Joyce's boy, John Joe Joyce, some of the McDonalds, the O'Donnells, and Katie was more than holding her own with them. You believe me, these girls don't have it that easy.
Yeah, well, where's there for Tommy? I bet you wish you was on here tonight though, don't you? A bit sooner, in your hometown and that, but it's going to be great to see you out there. And it's a great opportunity for you, because you can open up doors as well, can't it? And there's not a big pool of fighters your weight. Who's the top in your division domestically? What are you looking at after this? Hopefully you get the win. It will open doors up.
So I'm naturally like a bantamweight. I only come up to super bantamweight to fight Amy Timlin, my last fight. Obviously that was given a draw. So I've stayed as this super bantam to get this Commonwealth. I know Amy's got a fight next weekend, so she's fighting for the European. So ideally, you know, she wins the European, I win the Commonwealth. We'll fight hopefully maybe early next year, and I'll hopefully then have the Commonwealth and the European.
Yeah, you've already fought for it, haven't you?
Well, that's it, yeah.
See, that's another thing. The girl, and this is what you've got to look at with these small old shows. The coaches, the trainers, how they've kept them motivated. Now, this girl here, she's had 2 fights fall through this year. Like, it's money for the girl. Yet the trainer has got to keep her motivated. Look, like Adam Marcel, like he's nearly waited 18 months in his debut, hasn't he? I mean, they've done a marvellous job, the trainers, to keep them motivated. How on earth they've done it, I don't know. I mean, I'm a bit of a mentor to some, and it's hard. You know, they've done a marvellous job.
I know you're all saying better.
Well, it looks like we're getting some action underway, and I'm not sure where, but it's great to speak to you, Carly. I wish you all the very best. I'm sure I'll see you before then. Tommy, enjoy the boxing tonight. Okay, we're going to be over to the boxing very soon anyway. It's all happening here. We'll see you soon.
Pat Barrett bringing the next generation of forget to go onto YouTube, Black Flash Promotions, Black Flash TV. You can subscribe and see everything again that you've witnessed this evening. Okay, one final thing, a very good pal of mine, Jim Hope, is going around selling raffle tickets. The proceeds of that go towards making sure that we get full doctor coverage at every professional fight in the country. Okay. Will you please welcome into the arena for this first bout in the super lightweight division, 4 3-minute rounds. From Westbrook in Kent, Ricky Slick Rick Leach. And please welcome into the arena from Liverpool and making his debut in the professional game tonight, Michael Walton. professional bout from Westbrook in Kent, Ricky Slick Rick Leach. And in the red corner, introducing to you, he weighed in at 9 stone, 8 pounds, 11 ounces. He wears the white and red shorts. This is his first professional boxing bout. He is from Liverpool. Your referee, Jamie Kirkpatrick from Preston, and your timekeeper, Phil Morris from the World. 4 3-minute rounds.
Well, good evening, people. Here we are, live at the Grand Central Hall in Liverpool for another evening of professional boxing action, brought to you by Pat Barrett for Black Flash Promotions, Wayne Smith for Golden Gloves, and sponsored by RDX. Here we go, round 1 of our first fight. Michael Walton making his debut versus Ricky Leach. My name's Trevor Lynch. I'm your commentator for tonight. Proudly joined by the one and only Mr. Gary Lockett, the former WBU middleweight champion. How are you doing, Gary?
I'm very well, thank you.
Brilliant. So we've got a young lad here making his debut. You yourself have been through that, Gary. What do you think he's feeling?
Well, he's looking assured and confident at the moment, and whacking those body shots in. But Ricky Leach is a tried and tested journeyman. He's seen this and been there, seen it, done it all before. He's had 59 fights and only been stopped 6 times. So he'll be asking questions of Michael, and hopefully, Michael can put his shots together and look good over the 4 rounds.
Yeah, brilliant. And by the response he got coming into the ring, obviously a great fan base already for his first debut.
Yeah, excellent. Obviously, it's important, very important to sell tickets, especially when you're starting out, and that'll only grow as the interest gathers, and he keeps winning. The support will only grow. Looks nice and relaxed. Trying to set the shots up, set the body shots up mainly. Good little stable of fighters that Wayne Smith has got coming out of the Liverpool Golden Gloves as well. This is just another one making his debut tonight.
Yeah, he trains alongside Marcel Braithwaite and Mike Manard and also Becky Ainsko. So yeah, he's come from a good stable.
Yeah, good stable. Obviously there's plenty of make and learn off and improving his skills moving forward.
It's a good body shot, it's a good hook.
Yeah, I had Jay Harris fight Ricky Leach about 6 years ago.
Okay.
And Jay knocked him from pillar to post the first round. His face was like a tomato at the end of the first round. I thought that it wouldn't be long before Jay stopped him, but he got through it. He was really tough, he got through it, and he ended up surviving the distance, and Jay beat him on points over 4 rounds.
Yeah, you can see already on the right hand side of Ricky's face, he's getting a few marks already. Well, that was a nice.
Yeah,
good
little reminder there from Ricky that Michael can't be too gung ho.
Well, there we go. Not a bad first round now, Gary.
Yeah, welcome to the pro game, Michael Walton. Decent first round, and one we can chalk off as a winning round for him.
Yeah, he looks very comfortable, very stylish. Like you say, a few reminders from Licky that he's in the game, but to me, he looks really confident.
Yeah. Obviously, needs to build on that now and use his jab probably a little bit more. Sit down on his jab and start whacking those body shots, and maybe come up to the middle after the body shots as well to try and hurt Ricky and get his attention a little bit more.
Just set him up a little bit more, yeah. Well, again, like I was saying before, Black Flash Promotions apt at the moment for bringing young fighters through. You know, which is a great thing. Not only just developing, obviously, and nurturing champions like Zelfa Barrett and, you know, Lyndon Arthur, but these young lads coming through again, it's a great platform for them.
Yeah, definitely. What I like is the fact that the guys that Pat is taking on, they don't necessarily have had to have a massive a massive amateur background or being on the GB squad or anything like that. I like the fact that I like the fact that Pat is giving people a chance as long as they've got that. As long as they've got that work ethic and that right attitude, they're always going to have a chance for Pat, because that's where he came from. He came from nothing. He didn't have one of these glittering amateur backgrounds, and he come from the bottom up.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Using his jab well against Michael. Again, should I say? Just needs to build on that jab.
Just double up a little bit.
Yeah, double up on it, and look to come with the second face.
That's a good body shot.
Good. Yeah, Ricky's keeping him quiet now. He's on the back foot, just pouring that jab out, putting the measure and stick out. And I think that's where he wants Michael. He wants him at distance, so as he can't build on his attacks. I think Michael just has to step in a little bit more and put him out of his comfort zone.
Yeah.
But he's boxing well, using his jab pretty well.
And he's cut the ring off well there for him. That's a good shot.
And every single punch he lands, he's being roared on by this crowd.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Brilliant support.
A nice little body shot by Ricky there, but Michael took it well.
Yeah, he's having a little go for 20 or so seconds here, I think, to see what Michael Walton is made of. But he's holding up the attacks well, covering up well, and coming back with his own jabs. Neat work. Not loading up too much either. Just looking to get those straights in.
Like you say, very experienced Ricky Leach. Knows exactly what he's doing, doesn't he? You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. You know, you think of 59 fights, going the distance in most of them. That's a lot of experience. So, you know, he's seen this a million times before. He knows how to deal with it.
It's brilliant. For those of you again who've just tuned in, you're watching Gloves at the Grand, brought to you by Pat Barrett of Black Flash Promotions, Wayne Smith of Golden Gloves, and kindly sponsored by RDX. Just to reiterate, my name's Trevor Lynch, I'm the commentator for the night, and I'm joined by the former WBO middleweight champion, Gary Lockett, who will give his expertise on these up and coming fighters. As we know, Gary himself has got a great stable, which we'll talk about later on. Your up and coming new fighters, Gary. How do you think they compare with some of these what we've seen already? I mean, it's early night, but...
Well, you know, there's a couple of the guys that are up boxing on the big bills, on the Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn bills, and then there's you know, most of them boxing at this level on the small hall bills. So yeah. So 2 rounds in the bank for Michael Walton. Neat boxing, some good body shots. Been clipped a few times as a reminder from Ricky Leach, but seems to be boxing pretty well.
He's doing well, Michael. dominating the centre of the ring, pushing Leach back onto the ropes.
Yeah, Ricky's just using those evasive skills to make him miss and keep him honest, but you know, Michael's on top.
Yeah.
But you learn a lot from this, you know, missing a lot of shots and trying to set the shots up where you set them up in sparring, they come off, and in the fights they don't. He's against an experienced fella, and he'll learn a lot over this 4 rounds. Well, presuming that he doesn't stop him, of course.
Yeah, right.
Just another little reminder there from Leach that he's not just going to back off and do nothing, cover up.
Yeah.
Just the fact that Michael's always got to be switched on, because if he switches off, maybe he's going to get clipped by one.
And as you know, it's one of those, isn't it? It's just one punch away, isn't it? And that's
one
it.
Punch away, whether they're a journeyman or whatever they are. You know, when we've seen it so many times, haven't we?
Yeah.
I like the fact how calm Walton is. He's taking everything in his stride, using his jab well. Good side-to-side movement with the head, and looks as though he's got experience beyond his 3 rounds of professional experience.
Yeah, I was thinking myself. He seems to be very, very relaxed. I mean, obviously the focus of where we are, we can see obviously his focus on his opponent, and you know it's been a really good debut so far for the kid.
Yeah, it's exactly the debut we want, though, to be honest. You know, the guy with 59 fights who really isn't going to cause you too many problems, but who's going to ask questions of you and take you the distance so as you can learn what the pro game is all around. I think it's a perfect debut for him.
And I think sometimes a lot of these, in inverted commas, we call journeymen, are underestimated, Gary, aren't they? In terms of experience, etc.
Yeah, I think it's a double-edged sword now, because you've got so many journeymen around. I thought a journeyman years and years ago was supposed to be a guy who basically comes to survive, but you know, you can't go to sleep on them, because if you do go to sleep on them, they're going to crack you with a few. But you've got so many now that they don't throw any punches at all in the whole fight. I don't think that's a journeyman. I think that's a completely different thing. But as you can see with this fight here with Ricky Leach, he is given a few reminders out every now and again. He's throwing some big swings which could potentially knock Michael Walton out, but obviously he's got to be obviously concentrating all the time.
Well, there we go then. 4th and last round. Let's see how he fares on this one.
Yeah, pretty well schooled, Michael.
Yeah.
Looking to set the attacks up with a jab. Just waiting a little bit too long at times, but
so a bit of consistency to be proactive rather than reactive, do you think?
Yeah, well, when Ricky's putting that measuring stick out, it makes you ask questions yourself. Maybe you don't want to let the jab go in case you're going to get clipped with one yourself, but it's just time wasting tactics by what he does with his hand there, just putting the measuring stick out, just trying to put Michael off his game. But
2 good shots there.
The more time that Ricky Leach can waste away, the more seconds, the less seconds he is to survive in the fight. Having another little go again there, Ricky Leach. But Walton comfortable in defence, as well as attack. Nice body shots as well.
Good combination, as you said.
Oh, good combo there, good counters from Michael Walton. Good left to right on counter. Putting the pressure on now.
A good shot. Leach has done well. There. And the shot's landing on him now. Referee's looking very closely.
Yeah, still seems comfortable though. Ricky Leach seems comfortable under pressure, doesn't he?
Yeah, fantastic. Gives him a little wry smile there in the corner there.
Comfortable win there for Michael Walton. Well done, son.
Yeah, fantastic debut.
And a good showing by Ricky Leach. You know, a good solid journeyman showing.
Absolutely, yeah. Like you say, I think Michael will learn a lot. If you saw there, he sometimes got a little bit, for want of a better word, excited. His shots were flailing, you know. But overall, yeah, he's got to be happy with that. Like I said, they had the smiles, the crowd are buzzing for him. So, what a great way to start your debut in a pro game.
Yeah, overall a good 4 rounds for Michael. What I liked about him is he didn't really waste a lot. He used his jab. He's a bit hesitant at times to use his jab just in case he got clipped with one, but I like the fact he didn't waste a lot. And as I say, I like Ricky Leach's performance as well, because he didn't just go into his shell. He had a go a few times every round, didn't he? So yeah, pleasing win for Michael.
Brilliant. There you go, some nice pictures there, prosperity there with Pat Barrett and Wayne. It's a good one for his wall on his debut.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the next fight, I just wanted to make you aware that Black Flash Promotions really would like you to respect all the boxers this evening, irrespective of their home base. And if you could follow that little rule, that would be absolutely brilliant. Okay? Because we're not in Hungary watching a football match. So, show your appreciation when we have the boxers coming. Don't move them, please. Show them your appreciation. It's the hardest sport in the world. Thank you.
And like you said, it is the hardest sport in the world. We have two Spartans getting in face to face, literally 6 inches from each other, testing each other, and seeing us go out top. Just looking at a few of the replays earlier on there, Gary, like you say, you know, Michael looked very, very comfortable. Like you said, beyond probably his experience for a debut fight, really.
Yeah, of course, it probably comes down to the people that he's training with. You know, he's training with a lot of experienced fighters like Marcel, Braithwaite and guys like that. So when you have a gym that's full of pros, then it brings the younger ones on, obviously. You know, success breeds success. And, you know, that's just the way it goes. Every single gym where you have a champion, everybody breeds off that champion. Everybody improves off that champion. So it's the same with having a lively gym with lots of pros in it, like the Golden Gloves has got.
Yeah, brilliant. Like I said, tonight we've got 4 major fights for you tonight, all coming through from Black Flash Promotions. Our next fight is going to be Thomas Rafferty versus Josh Cook, both at middleweight. Then we have Andy Colquhoun versus Naeem Ali, and our last fight of the evening is the Marcel Braithwaite versus Taka Bembere. Just to put broach on Marcel a little bit, Gary. You know him quite well.
Marcel?
Yeah.
Obviously, my guy, Jay Harris, who fought for the WBC flyweight title back last year in February. Lost to Julio Cesar Martinez on a unanimous decision, but it was a very close fight. So Jay's fight back was against Marcel, and it was a very good fight. I mean, Jay ran out a pretty comfortable winner in the end, but Marcel gave him some scares.
I want to be respected for giving fighters a chance and the opportunity to come through it. And it's the next generation. And this is why I want people to tune into the Black Flash Boxing channel to see the next generation. What I'm giving is good prospects. If you like what you've seen before, you're definitely going to love this next one. I know that any fight that I create is going to be what people want to see on TV. It's going to be exciting, you can punch, you can box, you can think. It's going to be all them things. I'm in this to let the eye see what's coming through. It's just about these kids' career and people choosing and tapping in and liking them and following them. I'm putting a belt on every one of them kids in that gym.
on the ring, behind, the ring behind. Well done, mate. Okay, we're joined by Michael Walton, who's just had his professional debut. Got it out of the way, mate. How did you find that, Ricky Leach?
I enjoyed it. He was a bit tricky, but I was surprised at how fit I felt. I thought I would have maybe gassed a little bit more, but like everything just went perfect for me. I couldn't really ask for better, to be fair.
I mean, Ricky Leach will always give someone a few problems, but you look very comfortable in there. You knew what you were doing. You was picking your punches well. Overall, it was obviously a comfortable points win for you, but you look comfortable and very confident in yourself.
Yeah, well, I could hear obviously the crowd was shouting for more, but I could feel like his boxing IQ in there. I knew if I was reckless, I could feel he was ready to let certain shots off, and so I think in the second round I got caught a little bit, but then the third round I tried to just get back on it and box a bit smarter, but I'm happy with it.
Yeah, a lot of fans here supporting you. You're making the sales heard. You've obviously sold a few tickets, so yeah. Great support, mate.
Yeah, I'm made up with everyone who's come. I'm surprised at how much support I've had. Really, it shocked me, and like even just the last few days, there's a lot of people who couldn't make it for like their own reasons, and that's all right. But I've been surprised with how many people have like had the faith in me and believed in me. It's been nice, really.
You're part of the Golden Gloves. You're with Wayne Smith there. You're on the Black Flash Promotions. So hopefully a few more fights coming. What's next for you now? Get a few more this year and then really push on. But now the pro debut out of the way, so you can go on from here. What's next?
Yeah. Well, they were saying to me that they may be looking another 2 bouts this year for me. So I end the year on hopefully 3-0. So I'll just have like. I probably don't even need a couple of days off. I feel fine now, but just a couple of days of chilling out, and then to be fair, whatever Wayne and like the rest of the lads in the gym and the manager Kevin says, like they can just wind me up and I'll go. They'll tell me where to go and I'll go.
Wind him up and he'll go. Michael, well done, mate. Look forward to seeing you in the ring again. Okay, we're on to next second fight of the evening coming up. Back over to our commentator team, Trevor and Gary Lockett.
Nice one, thank you. Nice one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue our gloves at the grand evening here in Liverpool with Black Flash Promotions. The next contest is in the middleweight division, 4 3-minute rounds. Will you please welcome into the arena from Manchester, Josh Khoun.
Oh.
And introducing to you, Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you in the blue corner. He weighs in at 11 stone, 2 pounds, 7 ounces. He wears the black shorts. This is his 3rd professional fight. He is from Manchester, and he is Josh Cook. And introducing to you in the red corner, weighing in at 11 stone, 4 pounds, 3 ounces. He wears the white and blue shorts. He's making his debut this evening here in his home city of Liverpool. Show your appreciation to Tom Rafferty! Your referee, Jamie Kirkpatrick, and your timekeeper, Phil Morris. Middleweight division, 4 3-minute rounds.
Well, here we go, Gary. Second fight of the evening. Another debut from Tom Rafferty, 24-year-old from Shaw in Oldham. First fight back in the ring after over 3 years out. The gap between amateurs and turning pro. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, the brother of Jack Rafferty, unbeaten pro. Good kid. Here's his brother, Jack. Slightly bigger than Jack, though, I think. Looks lively. Good skills. I think he was a good amateur. Took a gap, though, you said.
Yeah, he said probably he took a 3-year gap between amateurs and turning pro. But obviously, everyone's saying that he's got the bug back now, and he wants to get back in the ring and show people what he's all about. So again, another young debut from the lad with a great following again. Don't know if the people at home can hear, but he's singing over his only one, Tommy Rafferty. Goes around the rafters. So again, another great support for him, which is good to see these young boxers getting that great support.
Quite an awkward fighter, Josh Cook. Quite unorthodox, the way that he holds his hands, the way he jabs, leans down the sides. Punches in bunches from Rafferty there as well. Pretty impressive.
He fights out of the Fight Factory gym, trained by Sean Crewell, Thomas Rafferty.
Yeah.
And as you see, got a strong fan base, travelled over from Oldham.
Decent jab there from Josh Cook. Jack, obviously. Sorry, Jack, no?
Yeah, Josh.
Josh.
Yeah, 6 years age difference between the two. Josh, again, he made his debut in June this year. And like we said previously, 2 fights, 2 losses. So, in terms of the ability of the pair of them, it's quite new to everyone.
Yeah, it is quite new, and obviously when someone's had 2 fights like Josh, he's had 2 fights, he's lost them both on points, both to debutants. So it's hard to read it's hard to read a lot into that, because you can't really see what the experience of the other fighters was, so it's hard to know how good he is, but he obviously knows his way around the boxing ring here. He's pretty good in defence, knows his way around the ring, but obviously you can see that Thomas Rafferty has got the better skill set.
Yeah, sorry, Gary. Yeah, he seems to be a bit more sharper, letting the jab go.
Yeah, good round there for Thomas Rafferty. Good first round. Let his punches go in bunches when he was coming forward, and yeah, looks bright.
John Crewell just on his name there, on his knees, having a quick word with him. Making his boxers nice and relaxed. I know we keep saying it, but it's a great thing, isn't it? You see all these young boxers having a platform from Black Flash Promotions to travel over the country and get seen. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And if you listen to Pat speaking about it on the platform, he gives lots of little interviews, and everything he says is sense. Everything he says, and I think he can identify with it, because obviously he came from nothing, from no amateur experience or very little amateur experience, right through to world titles, European titles. So I think he's very passionate about that part of it. In a bit more of a hurry, Rafferty this round, looking to close the distance a little bit more than the first. Trying to make a statement, I think, but you can see with Josh Cook, he's quite experienced when he's under pressure.
Yeah, just getting instructions there from his corner. Time to keep moving.
Yeah, cross-arm defence from Josh Cook, which is seldom used not very often used these days. It goes back to the olden days, doesn't it, the cross-arm defence, but you do see people doing it now and again.
You mean olden days in your days, guy?
I wouldn't go that far. I'm not that old yet.
Yeah, it's quite interesting to say about that style, about the cross-arm defence. It's one of those, isn't it, about having a bit the old school and the new school. You create a good formula for them both, especially now boxers, sports science, nutrition, etc., etc. You know what I mean? But they never had it before, did they?
No, this is, I think, even I can remember when I retired. I retired in 2008, and just from the difference from 2008 to now, nutrition in boxing is light years away from what it was back then. Rafferty just needs to let his hands go just a little bit more, instead of trying to throw too often and trying to throw the perfect shot. Just let that jab go and let them go straight down the pipe, nice and straight. Chest level, because obviously, as you can see, Josh is moving all the time and going down the side, so I think if he aims more towards the chest level, then I think he'll have a little bit more success.
And like, you know, 3 years out the ring. 3 years out the ring is a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You know, that's a good point. I think he's been out the ring 3 years, so maybe a little bit of ring rust will set in. But I mean, look, you can see that he's got a very good skill set. So you know, it won't take him long to get back into the swing of things.
Two zero.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just watching there, both fighters really focused on the information the trainers are giving to them, which is a great thing. See the focus. Sometimes you see some boxers who don't thinking, here we go again. But you can see these young lads are really focused.
Both listening intently, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's where he needs to be. Rafferty just needs to give himself a little bit of space when he gets Cook back on the ropes, not to stifle his work. Just give himself a little bit of space to get those hooks and uppercuts in, rather than stifling his work, and that's when Cook can grab hold of him and spoil him.
Taking your shots rather than rushing in a little bit gung-ho, would you say, yeah?
Yeah, he's just in a little bit of a rush, but look, you know, it's his pro debut. He's still got that amateur pace, so you know, he's in and out, and he's throwing lots and lots of shots. So, you know, you'll learn that the more pro fights he has, he can't do that because you won't be able to do it with the pros. You won't be able to last as long. Everything's different in the pros. It's so much slower.
Yeah.
Nice work off the ropes there by Josh Cook.
Yeah.
You know, again,
good footwork, yeah.
Again, you know, I talked about Ricky Leach in the last fight, a supposed journeyman, but he had a go, didn't he? He had a go, you know, 3, 4, 5 times, let the combos go and give the opponent something to think about. And I think Cook is doing exactly the same here. He's not just coming to run around the ring and lose on points, is he?
Yeah. Referee just advising him there, stop to hold him. Break away, start throwing him.
Yeah, that's where he becomes tricky. As soon as Rafferty gets up close and tries to fire, he leans down the side, which, when you're trying to punch someone hard, is very, very, very annoying. But he's doing Cook is doing what he's doing to try and survive these onslaughts, these attacks.
Yeah.
And he's doing it pretty effectively.
Trying to find that right angle, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, especially with all these journeymen. I think, you know, you're not going to be able to just walk in and just slam them on the gloves and knock them out. It doesn't work like that. You know, you have to open them up. You open them up mostly with a jab and the little feints and little footsteps and side steps. So, but Rafferty's doing a good job. Work rate like, very workmanlike.
But you know?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think there's any question of that. But I think obviously we can see that Josh Cook he's giving it a go.
Yeah, absolutely.
He hasn't got the skill set that Rafferty's got, but he's still giving it a go and making it, you know, somewhat competitive.
Yeah, he delivers a few nice shots of his own there. Like you say before, all day Rafferty got in amongst it, but yeah, it's good. I mean, I think, like you say, on the level of, you know, a 2-0 and a debut, like you say, probably come back and look at them in another 10 or 12 fights and see how they progress.
Of course, but if you look at it, the last fight and this fight, these are very good debut opponents for these guys. You know, they're not just going in there and just beating someone from pillar to post every round and not stopping them, beating them on points, but beating them from pillar to post. They're having to work for their victories and they're having to learn new things and set up attacks. Whereas with some of the journeymen, they're just covering up. They're just, you may as well just have a punch bag in front of you.
Yeah,
these guys are making they're making a good go of it.
Yeah, sorry about that, Gary. Yeah, you're right. And it's, like I said, it's about the learning process, isn't it? You know what I mean? And the nurture and development of these fighters going up against someone, like you said, who can't really be bothered. What are they learning, you know?
Yeah, of course, and they say about learning and sparring, you know, I think that's a different thing again. You know, learning and sparring, you spar someone who's a champion, you learn, but I think in the boxing ring, you learn in a completely different way. I think the things you learn in the boxing ring are the things that don't leave you.
Brilliant.
Got a decent jab, Rafferty. Not quite using it enough for me. As I say, he's got a decent jab. I think he'd rather be involved, throwing lots and lots of shots.
Yeah.
But as I say, got a decent jab. Use it a little bit more instead of wasting punches, especially against an opponent who's as elusive up close as what Josh Cook is.
Right.
Here we are. Good shot. Looking at that big right hand over the top, Rafferty, isn't he? Looking to knock a home run. The hand again.
Yeah, there again.
Just looking a little bit frustrated as well. Rafferty can't get his man out of there, but it's all experience, it's all learning. And he'll learn big time from this. Quite a scrappy fight at times as well on the inside, quite a lot of wrestling around.
There's that right again, you said, Gary.
That ducking and diving again on the ropes by Josh Cook. It's on the front foot now as well, Cook. Well, for a brief little spell.
That's like a kiss of the commentator.
Yeah. Commentator's curse.
Oh, he's looking for that big one in the...
Yeah, try go with the left hook instead. Feinting the right and going with the left hook. Pleasing
well done. Well done.
Pleasing win for Rafferty there.
Yeah. Yeah, as we can see a little bit on the replay here. He's trying to line him up for that big shot like you said, Gary.
Just showed it a little bit too much, I think, now and again. But as I say, you know, you won all 4 rounds. You can't ask for more than that.
Exactly.
Pleasing little Deb. He's been out for 3 years, and he'd be pleased with that.
And the crowd reciprocate as well. This is fantastic. Like you say, fantastic for these young boxers to come away and get great support. You know, it's very difficult sometimes, I suppose, if you go away, as you probably know yourself with some of your lads, and they've got far to travel, and you get 2 or 3, and it's mainly for the home boxer, but for them to travel this way, as we've seen in both the previous, you know, this fight and the previous one, a great travelling crowd,
and great to be making their debut in such a beautiful hall as well.
40 points against 36 points. The winner in the red corner. Please show appreciation to the opponent this evening from Manchester, Josh Cook.
Well, there you go, Gary. 2 debuts, 2 wins. Black Flash Promotions. Both stables got to be very happy with that.
Yeah, and pleased that the opponent as well. As I keep saying, you know, it's so often that the journeyman goes in there and just runs around the ring, not throwing any shots. But yeah, pleasing wins because they, you know, they had to deal with some attacks of the journeyman as well. They had to work on their defence a little bit at times, and yeah, really good. Four rounds in the bank, and they go on to the next fights.
It's fantastic. Just to mention, while we're here, the next up-and-coming event we've got by Black Flash Promotions, a Rumble in Rayton. How's that one? Yeah. October the 9th. That's Rayton Arena in the northeast, where the biggest fight is going to be the main event. Carly Skelly, who's going to be fighting for the vacant Commonwealth title. So that looks another promising night.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously Carly, 3 wins and a draw. Drew with Amy what was it? I think it's Amy Tinkling.
Amy Tinkling.
Yeah, last time out. And that's a very, very good result. So Carly's obviously very much up there.
I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, I was speaking to her earlier on, you know.
Amy Timlin, sorry, Tinkling. I know so many Tinklins down in South Wales. Yeah, Amy Timlin. She drew with Amy Timlin last time out, which is a very good result.
I mean, it's great for Carly, you know. She's obviously a proud mum of 2 boys. I was speaking to him earlier on, you know what I mean. Lads are here tonight, and fully supportive of the young fellow as well. I said, what's your mum going to do? She's going to knock her out, which is, you know, which is superb. And you know, she's also a nurse, you know. Had 4 fights, won 3, you know, drew 1, and everyone's actually, there's a buzz around Carly. So that night will be another great night.
Yeah, definitely. And it's nice to see so much women's boxing happening now. And you know, I think we were talking about it earlier. You know, you look at athletics, and the athletes, they're able to do all the sports of the men. Like using so many that the women couldn't do, but now I think women are being introduced to so many more sports now and are able to do them. And I think it's great to see.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's the next one. Black Flash Promotions, October the 9th. And just to mention, we just saw his brother fighting. You mentioned him before. Jack Rafferty will be on that bill as well, Gary.
Yeah, I think he's been out for some time now, Jack, hasn't he? I think he tested positive for COVID on one of the fights. I think it was the night that Jay Harris boxed Marcel Braithwaite. I think Jack or his opponent tested positive.
Right.
For COVID. So I think he's been out for a substantial amount of time now.
Okay. So remember, you can subscribe to Black Flash Boxing channel, follow them on social media, Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Please do. You'll enjoy it.
People has doubted what we've done.
Yeah.
Zelf was doubted, Lyndon was doubted, everything gets doubted. And we proved them wrong. We're still here 6 years down the line.
Yeah. So you were doing shows before. This is not something that is new to you. So why YouTube? Why say, okay, we're going to take this online? What made you make that decision to do that change?
Because again, it just helps the fighters when I take. If I go to Frank and I said to him, I've got a fighter that is 6-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still going to work with it. But if I say I've got a fighter who's 6-0 and he can sell tickets and he's totally ready made, then I can make the best career for him.
Yeah.
And get the best deal with Frank.
Yeah.
Because it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You've not done nothing for this fighter.
Yeah.
I'm giving it you completed.
Yeah.
The only thing that you're going to do is, I know that any fight that I create is going to be what people want to see for TV. It's going to be exciting. He can punch, he can box, he can think. It's going to be all them things.
Yeah.
Because if they're not, then I'm not going to take them. What would be the point?
Yeah.
I don't want you just your normal average boxer. You've got to have something special about you.
Yeah.
You've got to have that spark.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't have that spark, people don't want to know.
Mm.
And I'm letting my fighters know that you have to help yourself
Yeah.
and work with me on what we're doing.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to work with me, then I can't give you a career.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So we work together as a team.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a balancing act then, because we still know that you train your professional fighters. So you're going to be, you're training your professional fighters, you're managing, and now you're promoting. How do you fit all of that in? How do you juggle all of that at once?
You know what? I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's knowing like to be disciplined in this area. I want to be respected for giving fighters a chance and the opportunity to come through the, and it's the next generation. And this is why I want people to tune into the Black Flash Boxing channel,
to see the next generation. What I'm giving is good prospects. If you like what you've seen before, you're definitely going to love this next lot.
Yeah.
I know that any fight that I create is going to be what people want to see on TV. It's going to be exciting, you can punch, you can box, you can think. It's going to be all them things. I'm in this to let the eye see what's coming through. It's just about these kids' career and people choosing and tapping in and liking them and following them. I'm putting a belt on every one of them kids in that.
Thank you ever so much tonight, guys. This is the moment you've been waiting for. £100 cash prize. Going to be drawn out by my friend here. The ticket winning is 24. 100 pounds cash prize. If you'd like to come down and get your prize, that'll be great. Otherwise, being kept at reception. Thank you.
Okay, the action's still underway here. We're having a little break, but I'm very pleased to say I'm now joined by Tom Rafferty. He's just had his pro debut. He's finally got it, Tom. It's finally out of the way. What do you know about professional boxing now that you didn't this morning?
Well, it was a good debut against Josh Cook. I mean, he's a tricky guy, but it was good to get in there. I mean, I've been out for 5 years now. You know, last time I was boxing, I probably wasn't putting it all in as much as I am now. I mean, I'm putting my life into this, you know what I mean? I did a decent 4 rounds there, 5 years out. I think like I've got the dust off now, do you know what I mean? I've got my little lad, I've got another one on the way. You know, I'm 24 now, I'm ready to kick on, you know. I can't wait for the journey. I mean, my brother as well, he's 30, you know, another Rafferty, so, you know, we're coming. I'm just going to get better and better, and you know, that's all I can ask for.
So you boxed as an amateur, you had a break from it, and then obviously your brother had turned pro, and you just thought, I need to do it. It's either now or never if I'm going to do it or not. It's always been something you did want to do, Tom.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I had my little lad. I was kind of partying and stuff like that, and I had my little lad, and then, you know, I come back to boxing, like, I didn't want to work away, I wanted to be at home, and then I met Sean at Fight Factory, and I just fell in love with boxing again, you know, absolutely loved it. I mean, like, now I've got my little lad, and I'll work hard every day, I live the life, you know, I want to go on to bigger and better things, I really do. And I've got a big crowd today from Shaw. Me and my brother have got a massive following, you know. A massive thanks to the crowd who come down today from Shaw. I mean, I'm in Liverpool. I mean, you won't think I'm not in my own town, you know what I mean? It was absolutely booming tonight, you know. It was Black Flash Promotions have put a brilliant show on here at Liverpool Grand Central Hall. So, yeah, and I just want to do everyone proud. And I want to say, like, a big thanks. I never talk about it to my mum who passed away at Christmas. And yeah, I hope I did it proud.
You certainly did, mate, you certainly did. Yeah, two Mancunians fighting in Liverpool, eh? How was that, and loads of support as well? It's a good night for you, mate, hasn't it, obviously?
Yeah, it's been top class. I mean, as I say, you'd think this from my own town with the crowd, you know what I mean? I mean, 200 people from Shaw have travelled all the way to Liverpool to come and watch me, you know what I mean? I mean, I've got a big crowd, you know, I'm dedicating my life to this. I'm 24, I'm ready to kick on now. You know, I'm going to get past these journeymen, I'm going to build my confidence, you know, and I'm just going to get better and better. And big thanks to the team at Black Flash Promotions, you know, and you for showing British boxers, you and Aki, absolutely brilliant. And I'm proud of myself, do you know what I mean? I turned my life around. I was partying every weekend, and now I just want it, you know what I mean? And my brother's helping me out as well, you know what I mean? My big brother, so it's life's brilliant. And you know, it's brilliant. I just can't wait for the journey.
Good on you, mate. Good on you. And what is next for you? Have you spoke to Sean, Pat about getting you out again soon?
Yeah. I mean, we're looking for a big one. I mean, my dad's from Newcastle, so luckily Pat's got a show on at the Rating Arena in Newcastle, and my brother's looking to get on it. So we're going to get everyone from Shaw, everyone from Newcastle. We're just going to get it booming, you know, up there. So, I'm so excited to be on the show with him. You know, I've got my debut out the way now. I'm full of confidence, so I can't wait to go on to bigger and better things.
Onwards and upwards from here, mate, innit? Yeah, all the way. Nice one again. Congratulations, mate. I'm really looking forward to seeing you out there again.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the night. Okay, we're going to show some VTs now. We're going to show some VTs now. We're going to have a little break, and then we're back with the boxing in about 10-15 minutes.
Big right hand. Oh, and as I say that, then he did it.
Good right hand to the body, landed behind the left elbow from Zelfa Barrett. Oh, cracking right hand once again. A sharp shooting right cross landed by Barrett.
Shot. He's got real power, genuine power in that right hand. Again, cracking right uppercut, and again you see it's the quality and the speed of punch that's coming from Barrett is probably the difference again. It's the Commonwealth Light Heavyweight title. It goes back to Mostyn in Manchester.
First and foremost, Brian Hughes is an absolute gentleman. Always has been, always will be. and he's paved the way for people like me, you know. He put Manchester on the map, you know. He was the first one I remember training boxers.
Boxing's missed a great legend, and he's a legend in Manchester and all over the country and all over the world, Brian Hughes. And some great fighters, you know, Pat Barrett, you know, and all the other fights he's had. But I can't name, there's that many of them.
The main thing that what I wanted to do was I wanted them to be different than the ordinary boxers that I'd seen, you know, and I wanted them to have that flair, but especially, even if they got beat, where I knew that they wouldn't come with, you know, marked up faces and what have you, and badly beaten and all that. So I insisted that we work and train on counter punching and defensive work, you know, slipping punches and sidestepping and what have you. And it came off for us, you know, it was lovely. Pat Barrett come along, and he just wanted to come in to train. Pat was great, and one day he stood in front of the big mirror we used to have, and I said, "What's the matter?" He said, "Well, all these seem to be stopping boxers and what have you, and knockouts, and I can't." And he was a big bony kid, and I said, "Well, you'll learn when we work up to that. You're not at that, you know, stage yet where we can teach you how to throw punches properly. We've just been learning your defence, but we'll start on that next week, then I promise you." And once we started on it, he started, you know, putting people down in the amateurs, and then as a pro, and when we had blokes coming in sparring, you know, he'd be flattening people.
We know what Pat Barrett can do and what he can't do.
Oh, he's got him. He's got him. And Calamati is not cold, and the referee is not even bothering with the count.
And the world's Welterweight is noticeably shying, and he's got him with a left and right.
There was not no person on this earth that I wouldn't fight that person. And Brian made me believe it. He made me believe that anybody I got in the ring with, I could beat him.
He went on and became a British champion, but he won the European title in fantastic fashion. I don't know if you've ever seen the film of his knockout of that fella. Well, I thought he killed him.
He turned pro in 1987, aged 18, and the first year he had 7 fights, winning 6 and losing the 1 against Paul Burke, a close points decision. What do you remember about that time and, you know, experiencing that first defeat early in your career? Did it set you on the path?
I think it was the most horriblest feeling you could ever possibly have when you get lose, and especially in the pro games. And I remember thinking to myself, this will never happen to me again. And I remember going back to the gym and back to the drawing board and training so hard, and listening and practicing and learning that 5 years I was unbeaten for 5 years after that Paul Burke fight. And I just remember it saying it would never happen again. It made me realise that I found myself in boxing, that I did believe that I was going to do it. From that day on, I said I'm never going to get beat again. And because Brian had so much belief in me, I thought I'm not going to let this man down. So I started taking it a lot more serious and training a lot more harder and staying a lot more focused. And he was right. I couldn't fault him, he was right. When I took it to that extreme, I was unbeaten. I couldn't be beat.
These young kids that you see now, these are my fighters. Yeah, these are what I'm bringing through myself. Yeah, as Pat Barrett. Yeah, and one day I'll be as good as Brian is. I hope to God I am as good as Brian is, because that is one hell of a trainer. We're just carrying that legacy on from Brian Hughes. This gym is not Colquhoun to Moston. This gym is Brian Hughes' gym. Yeah, because I guarantee I will not let him down, and I will teach and train the same way that he did and carry on that legacy out. And I'll never forget, if anybody ever asks me when I get there, say, how did you become? I'll always remember Brian Hughes.
Anybody can be a trainer or a coach, but if you don't understand the fighter's mind, yeah, then that's what makes a good coach and a good trainer, because you don't just physically train him, you have to mentally get him ready, and the mental part to getting the fighter ready is the hardest part.
Watch this, and it's beat, put it with a dot, put it with an M. I go A-L-O-N-E, if I got a shoot, never with a friend. I'm on a shipment coming to the ends, tell them it's different, I don't need a pen. Everything straight from the top of the dome, dig it up, aim for the top of the head, back of the head. And it's beat, put it with a dot, put it with an M-A. L-O-N-E, wolf to the game, and I might just erupt like Pompeii. I hear that they're looking for me, well tell them they're looking the wrong way. You'll find me sitting in a factory talking profits, somebody say grace. It's a near great space, king of the north, I set pace. In for the mountains, I make my clothes for the estate. I'm watching the trainers drop, fuck sake, somebody better say grace. I made them triple black for the brothers that are ready to become self-made. I wasn't rich when I was on the road, but I swear down I was well paid. And when I heard you lot were making crepes, I had to say well played. But just know that my crepes will spin your trainers like a Beyblade. Cause this one's a disgrace, tell them to watch this space. And when I get my clothes off the ship and into the shop, it's a piss take. And when you got Donny's dance taken off the internet, let me just explain. Getting on the wrong side of beam alone has gotta be a mistake. I'm gonna leave this one here cause I spelled this one out. It's gonna blow like a hand grenade when I pull this pin out. I used to weigh 0.9 of a gram on the scales and put it in a gin on. And now I'm competing with North Face with a brand new jet black rig up. Tell them it's beat, put it with a dot, put it with an M. I go A-L-O-N-E, if I got a shoot, never with a friend. I'm on a shipment coming to the ends, tell them it's different, I don't need a pen. Everything straight from the top of the dome, dig it up, aim for the top of the head, back of the head. And it's beat, put it with a dot, put it with an M-A. L-O-N-E, wolf to the game, and I might just erupt like Pompeii. I hear that they're looking for me, well tell them they're looking the wrong way. You'll find me sitting in a factory talking profit, somebody say grace.
Pat Barrett, obviously trains his fighters here, and he was part of the system. I promoted him many years ago. He asked me to come down, and it's a great pleasure to be here. It's where Brian Hughes brought through so many great fighters over the years that I promoted. You see Tommy's over there. There's just so many guys that come out, so many happy memories. It's a privilege for me to be here, to be cutting the cake. I'm really proud that they asked me. It's been a privilege that they keep putting the fighters with me and allowing me to promote them, and I'm delighted that that's the case.
The way Pat's organised it, it's like a conveyor belt. Yeah, you've got fighters that come through. Once they do a certain amount of bounce, Pat will then pass them on to Frank, and then the next lot will come through. Do you know what I mean? All taught the same, all with the same values. Defence first.
I'm just happy to have the chance and the opportunity to try and carry a legacy on and live it under a great man, and that's all I can say really. And we'll see, we'll have a lot more champions coming out of this gym.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for the remaining 2 bouts of the evening. Will you please welcome into the arena prior to a welterweight division boxing contest here this evening in gloves at the ground, from Blackburn, Naeem Ali.
I love it when they start without us.
And will you now please welcome into the arena from Liverpool, Chico. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you in the blue corner, he wears the black and silver shorts. He weighs in at 11 stone, 2 pounds, 7 ounces. This is his 76th professional fight. He is from Blackburn. He is Naeem Ali. And introducing to you in the red corner, he wears the yellow shorts. He weighs in at 10 stone, 5 pounds, 8 ounces. This is his 18th professional fight. He is from Liverpool. He is Andy. Your referee, Jamie Kirkpatrick from Preston. Your timekeeper, Bill Morris from the Wirral. Welterweight division, 4 3-minute rounds.
So here we go then, one more time, Gary. Third fight of the evening, Andy Colquhoun, nicknamed Chico. What do you think about this one? I mean, his opposition, 72 losses, 1-2, drawn 1.
Yeah.
This is your archetypal journeyman, Gary?
Yeah, definitely. But Andy's had about 4 years out, I believe. A lot of experience, lost to David Barnes. He's lost in a Central Area title fight as well, so he's got a lot of rounds under his belt. At one time, a really good prospect, and you can see here, you know, he's looking for the single shots, looking to just walk him down and set him up.
Yeah, Chico Colquhoun is 1-14, including 2 knockouts and 2 losses, 1 draw. Got into the fight game. His debut was in 2011. So, yeah, a few years out and now making the comeback again.
Yeah, I remember Andy a few years ago. He was on a couple of the Frank Warren bills, and he always looked really, really good. And just had a couple of setbacks there. One of them being against David Barnes, which is no disgrace. You know, one of my ex-gym mates, David, from the Colquhoun gym, double two-weight British champion, so that was no disgrace. He lost in a Central Area title fight as well, and he's actually only won one of his last 4, but obviously 14 victories to his name, and still a good fighter, and that's what he's looking to show here. Nothing coming back from 9 though. Just looking to cover up and do the old rope-a-dope.
And smiling again, smiling a little bit. He was throwing out a few jabs there.
Yeah, it's very hard to open someone up like this. You know, that's what Colquhoun's trying to do. He's trying to just pick with little shots, trying to open him up and whack a hard one in. But when the guy's just based on the ropes and just keeping his hands up by his face, there's very little target to get through to.
It's a good body shot. Taken well by Ali, to be fair.
Yeah, again, his hands are high, his elbows are tucked in, so there's no clean target. So, you know, the body shots you're talking about are just going to hit him on the arms and the elbows. So it's very hard to get rid of someone when they're doing that. Obviously, Joe Pennington in his corner. He trains a lot of journeymen, so he's very experienced and obviously very good trainer when it comes to teaching defence.
"72 fights in 4 years.
Yeah, he's been a busy bee. Didn't use his jab a lot in the first round, Andy. Just looked to walk Ali down.
And like you said, defensively, that's probably what he has to do more, use his jabbing rather than try and go in there and open him up, which is quite difficult, like you said, Gary.
Yeah, he was walking him down, trying to open him up with the big shots, but I think if he just uses his jab just that little bit more, perhaps opening him up. Just doesn't need to be there stifling his work. I'd like to see him at mid-range when he gets him on the ropes, you know. Little reminder from Ali there. Decent right hand he landed there on Andy, but jab on the way in. Bit better.
I suppose the thing is, obviously, in terms of Andy, is to stay focused and not really lose his concentration in terms of he's not getting anything back really, or he gets a little bit, for want of a better word, fed up. It's that split second, like you said, Ali's thrown one or two, we could like sort of wake him up, so to speak.
Yeah, of course, but the thing is as well, you know, this is a no-win situation for Andy, because he's a good, well, not so much a prospect anymore, but he's a good fighter. And fighting someone like this, if he beats him on points, people will say, oh, well, that's what he should have done anyway. But he didn't stop him. But then if he stops him, he stopped the guy with 72.
Yeah.
72 defeats or 71 defeats. So it's a no-win situation. But I think the main thing for Andy is, you know, just shedding that ring rust, getting in there, getting some rounds under his belt, and looking good, rather than just going in there swinging and trying to, you know, swinging hard and trying to stop him.
Yeah. Look at more of his technical aspects of his game, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. You know, as you can see, you know, he's a well-schooled fighter with a good skill set. concentrate on looking good rather than trying to smash him out of there and stop him, because this guy's only been stopped once in all those fights, so the likelihood of stopping him is quite slim.
Yeah.
That's better. He looks a lot better when he puts the shots together in threes and fours rather than just singles. Andy. Yeah, he's just not offering any target at all, Ali.
Seems a bit confident there, Gary. There, bit of a skiff. He just said to someone in the audience that he's all right.
The antics, but as I say, with Andy, I'd forget trying to walk him down and smash away and try to stop him. Now I just try and look good, use the jab, go through that skill set that he's got, because he's got a very good skill set that we've seen before, and and then he can go again then against maybe a more ambitious opponent next time.
Yeah. Let's say get the rust out of him and put things together that he's done in the gym and bring it into practice here, rather than, like you say, get himself frustrated trying to look out for the big shot, because, like you said, 72 losses all right, but the kid does cover up well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he covers up well, offers very, very little target. So if I was Andy, now I'd get on his toes, start using his jab and going through those skills like I just said. Good body shot then. Yeah, going for the power again, Andy. I can see him put them together, threes and fours. Don't get so close.
Right.
Some eye-catching shots rather than just digging the shots home. Trying to stop him with one.
Yeah, like you say, he looks a lot better when he's putting 2 or 3 shots together.
Yeah, definitely.
Than a single.
I'd just like to see him quicken his feet up as well. So go with the first phase when Ali's on the ropes, and then sort of take half a step back and maybe come with a second phase. A lovely relaxed style as well, Andy Colquhoun. Lovely and relaxed. Just like to see him use that jab, especially here. Set the shots up with that jab. Jab's the key to the door. Better.
Right, yeah. And it's probably weird for me to say, but Ali does look quite confident, doesn't he, in the way that, that's down to his experience, obviously, many fights that he's had.
Well, that's the thing, Trev. You look at all the fights that he's had. If you add all those rounds up, it amounts to hundreds and hundreds of rounds. So he's done this hundreds and hundreds of times before. He knows his way around the ring. He knows how to defend. He knows how to wind the opponent up. He knows how to play to the crowd. So he's used to this.
Throwing the old fake out there. Referee just having a word there about him turning away. Ali. Well, the third of our 4 fights, Gary. This one looks like our previous 2 with a win to the home guy.
Yeah, but you know, Andy Colquhoun he's a little bit more advanced than the other guys, a lot more advanced than the other guys, whereas the other guys are just starting out. You know, Andy's had, this is kind of his second career, isn't it? And he's looking to build on what he did in his first career. But look, you know, you can see he's a good fighter. He's got a good skill set. He's got a good jab. Just needs to show that a little bit here, rather than, you know, trying to blast this guy out. And he can do it, but I think because of the opponent, perhaps he's not motivated for it, and he's just looking to walk him down and smash him out. But as I say, good fighter with good skills. There we are. Just looks a lot better, a lot more eye-catching, isn't it, when he lets him go like that? Perhaps let 3 or 4 go and then put like a big left hook on the end or a big right hand on the end. You're more likely to land that shot then when other little ones come before it.
Yeah, like you said, that with the combination that he's throwing out, it doesn't really give Ali time to respond in that.
That's right.
One saying that arrogant manner.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's exactly like you said then. Pretty good for someone who's not a boxer, but you know, you put 3 or 4 quick ones, and then you could put a big one at the end of it. The guy doesn't expect the big one at the end of it, or he's not able to sort of defend against the big one that comes at the end of it. So rather than throwing one big one, loading up as we call it in the trade, putting it together like he's doing looks a lot more eye-catching.
You see, and it's weird, Gary, and you all know more than anyone. I mean, we look at Ali, and like I said, there's 72 losses, people think, what? But when he throws some shots, he throws some good, decent shots out. And I know it's that experience, but you think to yourself, well, why would you be, you know, if people are watching, look at his persona with as many losses, you know?
Yeah, I think people would say, well, why doesn't he give up? And it's not about the wins for these guys. It's about the money, and these guys are going to turn up. And you know, a lot of these guys will think, you know, the guys that are fighting them would think, I'm going to walk through this guy. I'm going to knock him out in the first round, because all they look at is the record. But they get in with them and they find that they're very, very clever, and they can't really hit them that clean. Yeah, and that's what comes with all the experience of all the fights. But mainly for these guys, it's to earn money. It's like a second career to them.
Yeah. He's even talking to him now. Talking to him, look. So, I mean, again, look, they're 2 great shots. It is that experience. It's for people watching who are not really into the boxing. You know, you're thinking, what?
Yeah, you know, a lot of these guys, the journeyman type, the opponents, they could be decent fighters, a lot of them, but they might not be ticket sellers, or, you know, for whatever reason, they want to go in there and they want to earn as much money as they can. And the best way to do that is to go on the road and lose, but lose in an effort where you lose on points rather than get stopped. Because if you get stopped, there's a 28-day ban and you can't earn no money for a month.
Colquhoun's opening up in the corner here, quite active. Again, experience, look.
There we are. That's 4 rounds under the belt for Andy Colquhoun. I don't think he'd be too pleased with. Well, I say he won't be too pleased. What I'm saying is he's not going to be delighted without getting 4 rounds over an opponent like that, because he's beaten far, far better people in his career. But listen, he has to be pleased with getting 4 rounds under his belt after so long out, and just dusting the cobwebs off. He looked pretty good in spells, especially when you let his hands go.
Yeah, it is that, and you just think to yourself, you know, obviously from Andy Colquhoun's point, like you said, he's probably frustrated in terms of, like, he couldn't probably show his full skill set because nothing was coming back.
Yeah, because of the nature of the opponent.
Yeah,
and every now and again he punched back, but you know, Andy will be used all through the amateurs. I understand he's a good amateur, and most of the fights in the pros, they'll be used to sort of conventional fighters, whereas guys like this are just a little bit different.
points to 36 points. The winner in the red corner, and please show your appreciation to the opponent, Naeem Ali.
Well, here we go, just a bit of a recap. As you see there, like you said, Gary, you know, the experience of Ali, obviously frustrating Andy, but yeah, he comes through with the victory.
Didn't throw anything in the first round, did he, Ali? And then just started to sneak those shots in at unusual times. And just very experienced, got himself through the fight. Obviously he was under pressure for the 4 rounds, but just managed to find a way through and frustrate Colquhoun in the end.
And like you say, it's, you know, it is a great experience to fight people like that, isn't it? To test their mentality, obviously in terms of this, of Colquhoun, but other boxers who want to go out and put on something and show their skill sets, but to come up with a boxer who's going to frustrate you by not actually doing something, has got to put yourself in a different mindset.
It is, but listen, these are all challenges that aspiring boxers have to get through, and you know, just an interesting point with Colquhoun, though, you know, he's already fought the likes of these guys in his first career, so I wouldn't imagine there'll be too many of these now this time around, the second time around, because he's already beaten those guys early on in his career.
Got you. Well, it's been a great night so far, although, you know, a short bill as it was, obviously with things out of control in terms of boxers getting COVID, etc. But the 4-fight package certainly living up to the promotion, really.
Yeah, really good. Some really good debut wins. Obviously a good comeback win there for Andy Colquhoun, and obviously the main event to come. But it's just a nightmare at the moment because with all the COVID stuff and just not really that many opponents around. I think with the COVID stuff, I think a lot of the opponent type, the journeyman type, they let their licenses lapse. So there really isn't that many opponents around, and you're having to go abroad. And I know the border control have they've clamped down on opponents from abroad now as well. So it's a real nightmare. Now we've got a bill on the 25th, and we're supposed to have 9 or 10 fights on there. So I'm anticipating these kind of problems for us.
Yeah, I was about to ask you about that. I mean, so what night's that then?
So it's actually the same night as Joshua. So we're starting the bill off earlier, and then show that big screen showing Joshua after. So I mean, we're supposed to have 9 fights on there, but as I say, I'm anticipating problems like poor Pat's had, you know, this last couple of days. No opponents, and opponents pulling out, people failing COVID tests and stuff like that. So yeah, I text one of the guys helping us out earlier, and I said about my concerns. But it is what it is, and if we have to run with 4 or 5 bouts like Pat has tonight, then so be it.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody who's into the sport, you know, I mean, can't wait till obviously things are more laxed and in inverted commas back to normal as they can. But like you said, it unfortunately, you know what I mean, it's a domino effect, isn't it? It affects you, not only the promoters, then it's the boxers, and then the fans, and you know.
Yeah, but you know, you think of it, February, March time when it first surfaced, this pandemic. We never expected to be, almost 2 years later, we never expected to be where we are now, did we? So it's ongoing. I don't think it's going to go away too quick either.
Cheers, Gary. Thanks for that.
lot of people has doubted what we've done.
Yeah.
Zelf was doubted, Lyndon was doubted, everything gets doubted. And we proved them wrong. We're still here 6 years down the line.
Yeah. So you were doing shows before. This is not something that is new to you. So why YouTube? Why say, okay, we're going to take this online? What made you make that decision to do that change?
Because again, it just helps the fighters when I take. If I go to Frank and I said to him, I've got a fighter that is 6-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still going to work with it. But if I say I've got a fighter who's 6-0 and he can sell tickets and he's totally ready made, then I can make the best career for him.
Yeah.
And get the best deal with Frank.
Yeah.
Because it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You've not done nothing for this fighter.
Yeah.
I'm giving it you completed.
Yeah.
The only thing that you're going to do is, I know that any fight that I create is going to be what people want to see for TV. It's going to be exciting. He can punch, he can box, he can think. It's going to be all them things.
Yeah.
Because if they're not, then I'm not going to take them. What would be the point?
Yeah.
I don't want you just your own normal average boxer. You've got to have something special about you.
Yeah.
You've got to have that spark.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't have that spark, people don't want to know. And I'm letting my fighters know that you have to help yourself and work with me on what we're doing.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to work with me, then I can't give you a career.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So we work together as a team.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a balancing act then, because we still know that you train your professional fighters. So you're training your professional fighters, you're managing, and now you're promoting. How do you fit all of that in? How do you juggle all of that at once?
You know what? I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's knowing like to be disciplined in this area.
Hi, welcome back. We're joined by the winner of the last bout, Andy Colquhoun, otherwise known as Chico. Chico, back in the ring. It's been 2017 you was last in there. How did that feel, mate, to get the ring rust off again?
You know what, it felt good. Felt like, it doesn't feel that long. Even though I've been out 4.5 years, I feel pretty fresh, feel okay. So after a round, I knew I was okay, you know what I mean? I had no rust. I don't believe in rust. I believe in good sparring, good training. And you're not rusty then, you know what I mean? Rust is an excuse, and got no excuses. I was okay, yeah.
Why have you been out of the ring so long then, Chico?
You know, I started losing the love to it. Friggin' with the management I wasn't too fussed on. And then I had a baby, and then I split up with the mum, met another girlfriend, had another baby, set my own gym up, set the business up. So if time flies, time doesn't waste, like, you know what I mean? So got a 3-year-old and I want an 18-month-old, so I've been busy, yeah.
Yeah, life doesn't wait for anything, does it? Yeah.
Nah, to be honest, I turned pro when I was 20, so sparring hard rounds, going all around the country. The fights are easy, the fight's easy when you're fighting this level of opposition, but the sparring's hard, especially when you're starting off. You're sparring the kids that have already made it, so you're not there to look good, you're there to get you're there to be used, so doing 8, 9, 10 rounds, 12 rounds with people who are fighting for titles, it takes its toll on you. So like 4 years out, while my opponents have been getting punched for 4 years, so I feel like I'm okay, you know what I mean? I don't drink, I don't take drugs, I don't go out, so the only thing I've been doing is eating thousands of calories and chocolate, and that's all I've been doing. So as soon as I said, you know what, the first lockdown, I said, I'm going to come back and fight. I was stuck in the house, and then I had my own gym, so I was going to the gym on my own, and then before I knew it, I was a stone lighter, 2 stone lighter, 3 stone lighter, and now I'm ready to go then. Like, so.
What's next then for you, Andy?
I'm going to get on the phone with the Pat tomorrow. I want to fight next month. I want some sort of title fight in December. That's the plan. Like, I've had 18 fights now, so 19 next month. 4 rounds, you can see them. Past 4 rounds, I'm past that opposition. Like, it was after 30 seconds, I knew I didn't belong there. Like, I didn't know. You don't know how you're going to be under the lights. People say 4 years, long time, but it was okay. Felt okay, yeah.
Oh, mate, it's great to see you back in the ring. Hopefully it won't be another 4 years before you see you in again next month. Nice one, Andy. Congratulations. Okay, we're ready for the next fight now. Marcel, Braithwaite, Taka, Bembere. We're in for a good fight here, I'm sure about that one. Over to our commentary team.
Ladies and gentlemen, we come to the final bout of the evening and the main event. Black Promotions is proud to present to you a contest in the Featherweight division, 6 3-minute rounds. Will you please welcome into the arena from Zimbabwe and now domiciled in Oldham, Lancashire, Taka, Benberry. Welcome into the arena from Liverpool, the former English champion and British title challenger, Marcel, the chosen one, Braithwaite. And just before he comes into the ring, can I correct? This will be 4 3-minute rounds, not 6. 4 3-minute rounds. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you, in the blue corner, he weighs in at 9 stone 5 pounds 3 ounces. He wears the camouflage shorts. Originally from Zimbabwe, now domiciled in Oldham. This is his 19th professional fight. Will you please welcome Taka Bembere. And in the red corner, weighing in at 9 stone 11 pounds 14 ounces, he wears the blue and red shorts. This is his 13th professional fight. He is from Liverpool. He is Marcel, the chosen one, Braithwaite. Your referee for this final contest, Jamie Kirkpick from Preston, and your timekeeper, Phil Morris from the Wirral. Featherweight division, 4 3-minute rounds.
Well, here we go then, Gary. Last part of the evening. Marcel Braithwaite, which again, the views you never heard before, you know quite a lot about.
Yeah, Marcel in his last fight fought one of my guys, Jay Harris. Jay Harris, European and Commonwealth champion. And he lost in a WBC title fight for the flyweight title against Hugo Cesar Martinez. Good fight. Jay won it on points. Marcel gave him a few scares. But look, Marcel's a very good fighter. He's just been unfortunate to fight Sonny Edwards and Jay Harris. He lost to both, but only on points and gave a good effort both times. So, yeah, I rate him.
Yeah, like you say, he seems to be very highly rated, and obviously again, a great crowd coming out to support him.
Against a tricky opponent here, Taka Bembere, who once trained at the Colquhoun, I understand.
Yeah, apparently you were coached by Pat back in 2010-2011. Yeah, so it's a very interesting one.
Yeah, he's dangerous in his early career. In the first 5 or 6 fights, I think he dropped a couple of opponents and given a few scares, but he seems to gone back more into the journeyman mode now in the latter part of the fights that he's had. And he's going to be a moving target here for Marcel, and he's going to have to use that jab and close the distance pretty quickly to get any success. Good feet from Marcel in and out. A lovely little relaxed style, Marcel. Put his shots together well as well. Really well.
Yeah, he's like, with no disrespect, but a little pocket rocket, isn't he? And you know, very sharp. You know,
someone called me pocket rocket. I'd be pretty pleased with that. Looking good. He's enjoying it in there. Constantly moving backwards, Bembere. Tough to track down, tough to close down. That's the time to let his shots go when Bambere's on the ropes. And he did so aggressively, really good.
There we go, not a bad first round there, Gary. Like you say, you know, young man's confident. You know what I mean? Obviously confident, very much confident in his own ability. You can see the way he's done his punches out there and trying to cut the ring down. So yeah, I mean, I've watched a couple of his videos actually, and he's quite a likeable chappy. You know, he seems to know what he wants, his direction, etc., etc. You know, so
yeah,
it could be a good thing.
He's good. He seems to be improving all the time as well, and I like his movement. I like his jab, and he was just taking a little look there. And obviously, when Bembere went back against the ropes, that's the time to let the shots go. He did it. He let 3, 4, 5 go. Eye-catching shots, and yeah, good round for him.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 2.
Really is pound-sized Marcel, isn't he?
Yeah,
because like you said, pocket rocket. I just showed you a photo of my boy with Marcel in Casa Italia restaurant in Liverpool. It's quite funny because my boy's about 5'11" and he's only 15, just turned 15. He makes Marcel look tiny.
Well, I was looking at him and I thought, it's skill, mate.
That was the last fight when Marcel got pulled off at the last minute. Turn to southpaw, trying to open him up by turning southpaw.
And switching his style, yes. The chosen one. That's Marcel's angle there. They call him the chosen one.
Oh, listen, he's been unsuccessful in 2 title fights so far. Who knows what the future brings?
Yeah, he got into the game with debut was in 2016. So he had 5 years boxing. This is his 13th fight. Won 9, lost 3. So.
Again, though, you look at the guys that he's lost to in those fights. Sonny Edwards, who's IBF world champion, and Jay Harris, who's been Commonwealth and European champion. 2 very, very good world-class fighters. So there's no disgrace in that. Sonny's moved on to world level, and Jay Harris has dropped to light fly. So that opens things up for Marcel a little bit.
Yeah, it's good shots. That's forcing the other fellow to hang on there.
Really letting the shots go, then ripping the hooks in, and Bembere had to hang on. Looking good, Marcel. Fair play. Really like looking at him tonight. Sharp, confident, assured. I saw an interview that he did the other day, and he basically said that he always rises to the occasion. Once he's lost, he improves.
Yeah, I think I saw that as well.
Listen, we can't really judge whether he's improved here or not because he's against a guy with a losing record. But he's certainly looking good.
And that's good because, like you say, obviously, half of it is the mental thing from a boxing point of view after a loss. Obviously doubting, but he seems to relish in the thing that if he gets beat, it fuels him.
Yeah, well, from the Jay Harris fight, there's no negatives to take. Jay was a WBC title challenger, more experience than Marcel, a bigger man as well. Jay is very, very tall for flyweight, and Marcel hit Jay with an absolute quarter of a left hook. And if I see it, I always pause the shot. I've got a clip on my phone. I always pause the shot and I say to people, what happened next? And then everyone says, oh, he's gone flat out, or he's gone down. So it was a great shot from Marcel, and I think if he'd hit anybody else with it, I think he probably would have knocked him spark out. And I'm not saying that lightly. He was ahead of the shot, and just
corners, 10
unfortunately for
seconds.
Marcel, Jay's got a cast iron chin.
Yeah. But again, you see, which he's got, and you got to applaud him. He wants to be the best, so he's got to be the best. Which is a great thing.
But as I just said now, though, Sonny moving on to world level and Jay Harris dropping out of the weight, it just opens things up for Marcel now. So I wouldn't be surprised after this fight if his management push him on maybe to a British or Commonwealth title fight. Pulling the shots together there again.
Yeah, he's hanging on more and more, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not looking to win, he's just looking to spoil, isn't he, Bembere? He's looking to get through the 4 rounds and probably fight next week, as I said earlier. But he's got good foot skills, Bembere, but there's really little coming back from him. So it's just an exercise in getting the 4 rounds and looking good for Marcel.
On the border there, I think.
Yeah, it's hard to tell really. Look how high his protector is sorted down rounds. It's hard to tell. I don't think it was anything too bad. Liven up his feet a little bit now. Marcel Braithwaite looking for the stoppage, I think, looking to put the pressure on.
You can definitely see, like you said, Gary, complimentary. His skill set is tremendous, isn't it? You know what I mean?
He's really good to watch. He's really good to watch. You get some people who are really good fighters and they're just not that good to watch. But Marcel, I enjoy watching him.
one of his interviews, I'm probably paraphrasing here, but he said, someone asked him a question, why did he get into boxing? And he said, well, I just love to fight. When I was younger in the street, and someone said to me, why don't you get paid for doing that? You know?
A good shot then by Marcel, good right hand, and made Bembere hold. I don't know if he was hurt or whether he was just holding, I don't know. Or holding because he was hurt.
Bembere trying obviously his evasive tactics. Marcel not having any of it.
Yeah, very, very hard to track down, isn't he? And to catch with a clean shot. Always moving side to side and ducking his head side to side. So the movement is getting more and more from Bembere. I think as Marcel is putting the pressure on a lot more, he's having to be a lot more mobile and use his feet a lot more. Perhaps I'll take the strength out of his legs and maybe tire him out a little bit this round and maybe Braithwaite to get to him a little bit more. But it is only a sprint this 4 rounds, so you can see Bembere probably being up to the task.
Corner, 10 seconds. Seconds out for the 4th and final round.
I think Kevin Marie, the manager, must have cured me with the protector and the shorts, because the shorts are now taped up. Just a joke. Taking the evasive action straight away from the start of the last round here. Taka Bembere.
Like pre-season sprints.
I didn't want to say that, but
what's a great shot.
Took it well, Bembere. Spoiling tactics, holding, side to side movement, spoiling. Anything to get through the last round, which it looks like he's going to do. Just takes that backward step every time Marcel tries to commit. He just takes that step backwards, just makes it infuriating when you're chasing a fighter and they keep doing that.
Yeah. And like you say, even though amongst that frustration, he's still got to be focused 100%.
Yeah, well, like I said, Bembere, when he throws his shots, when he really wings them in, he is dangerous himself. So he could do that here. So
he can hold him again. Come on, referee. That's a good uppercut. Good uppercut by Braithwaite then.
Like you said, you've got to stay alert all the time. Anything can happen.
Referee's having a word with him again for holding. And there we go. Point off. As expected, Gareth.
Hit and miss, isn't it? You know, they can give them. I mean, I've seen so many fights where journeymen would take 5 or 6 and just on top of disqualify them, but it never happens. You know, it seldom happens. Have a point top as well.
tell you what, Gary, Bembere's definitely covered a few miles in that ring tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It's a marathon. Probably run a marathon over 4 rounds.
There you go. I think that's easy conclusion to that one, I think. Like you say, I think, you know, I would love to see him. This is the first one I've obviously seen Braithwaite myself, but you can still his skill set fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's that fight out the way now, that's that win under the belt, and let's hope that his management can push him on towards a British or Commonwealth title then next, and you know, I think he can win it with, as I said, with Jay House and Sonny Edwards out of the way. I think he's one of the best of the rest, so I really hope that he pushes on towards titles now and wins them.
Brilliant. Is it right to say you think he's got a lot of female medals here behind us, Marcel?
Yeah, I'd imagine everybody can hear the girls screaming behind us. Because pierced my eardrums when he first came out of the ring. Pull my headphones off.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Jamie Kirkpatrick scores the contest as follows: 40 points to 35 points. The winner in the red corner, Marcel, the chosen one, Braithwaite. And please show your appreciation to the opponent, Taka Bembere. Ladies and gentlemen, while the formalities are concluded in the ring, on behalf of Black Flash Promotions, can I thank you for supporting the event this evening. We hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you have the rest of the evening is good for you and the rest of the weekend. We are scheduled to be back here at this venue on Saturday the 23rd of October for another night of professional boxing, and then just a week after that we're back at the Devonshire House Hotel on the outskirts of the city for another night of professional boxing. On behalf of everybody, this is Kevin Lynch, your MC for the evening, saying good night, God bless you, have a safe journey home, thank you.
Well, here we go. It's a little bit of a review of the fight here in front of us. We've got the luxury to see.
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, Marcel has to be pleased with that. First fight back since last year, albeit against Taka Bembere, who was a journeyman. But, you know, look, in shades, he looked very, very good, used his skills well. But then when someone's backing up and running around the ring, then, you know, it's difficult to look good. But, look, I thought he looked really good. I enjoyed watching him. He's got all the skill set. He's got good feet, he's got good hands. And as I say, I sincerely hope he gets a shot at like the British or the Commonwealth title next, and I believe he's got a good chance of winning.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like I said, it's my first time watching him. You've been more experienced than him, but even looking at him now, I'm thinking, wow, it would be to see him against a fighter on his level would be a really, really good fight. I think you see his skill set, what you've got, you see his angles that he's making, and he takes his time to look in. I mean, Bembere was running around the ring like whatever, and he didn't rush in, did he? He didn't. He just took his time. He cut the ring off for him, but yet he still didn't throw until he was ready.
Yeah, I think there was a fight earlier where, you know, like Andy Colquhoun, he was trying to knock the guy out, whereas I think, you know, with Marcel, I think he just stuck to his skills, and he looked really good. Fair play to him.
That's brilliant. So that's it, people. That's the end of Black Flash Promotions. No, it's not. My fault. I was a bit presumptuous there. I think we're going for an interview first of all. That's my fault.
Oh, Chris is going to close it. He's closing the show. Chris is going to close the show. He's going to say it's not going for the interview.
So Gary, a great evening of boxing, 4 great rounds, 2 debuts, successful, Andy Colquhoun, and obviously at the end Marcel, Braithwaite.
Yeah, you said it exactly. I was going to say it then. 2 good debut wins. The start with Andy Colquhoun, the start of a second career, and then a fight building into a title fight there for Marcel Braithwaite. So yeah, even though it was only 4 fights, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. So like I say, that's me, Trevor Lynch, signing off with my great friend here, my new best friend, Gary Lockett, for his expertise. He's taught me through it. It's been fantastic. Don't forget, people, please subscribe to Black Flash Boxing channel. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Remember, the next fight, Rumble in Rayton, October the 9th. I think we're going to go over for an interview. I was taking a mickey out of us already here. We're going to go for an interview with Marcel. So once again, thanks everyone for tuning in. Black Flash Promotions. Thank you.
Big right hand. Oh, and as I say that, then he did it.
Good right hand to the body, landed behind the left elbow from Barrett. Oh, cracking right hand once again. A sharp shooting right cross landed by Barrett.
Shot. He's got real power, genuine power in that right hand. Again, cracking right uppercut, and again you see it's the quality and the speed of punch that's coming from Barrett is probably the difference again. It's the Commonwealth Light Heavyweight title. It goes back to Mostyn in Manchester.
First and foremost, Brian Hughes is an absolute gentleman. Always has been, always will be. And he's paved the way for people like me, you know. He put Manchester on the map, you know. He was the first one I remember training boxers.
Boxing's missed a great legend, and he's a legend in Manchester and all over the country and all over the world, Brian Hughes. And some great fighters, you know, Pat Barrett, you know, and all the other fights he's had. But I can't name, there's that many of them.
The main thing that what I wanted to do was I wanted him to be different than the ordinary boxers that I'd seen, you know, and I wanted him to have that flair, but especially, even if they got beat, where I knew that they wouldn't come with, you know, marked up faces and what have you, and badly beaten and all that. So I insisted that we work and train on counter punching and defensive work, you know, slipping punches and sidestepping and what have you. And it came off for us, you know, it was lovely. Pat Barrett come along and he just wanted to come in to train. Pat was great, and one day he stood in front of the big mirror we used to have. And I said, what's the matter? He said, well, all these seem to be stopping boxers and what have you, and knockouts. And I can't, and he was a big bony kid. And I said, well, you'll learn, when we work up to that, you're not at that, you know, stage yet where we can teach you how to throw punches properly. We've just been learning your defence. But we'll start on that next week, and I promise you. And once we started on it, he started, you know, putting people down in the amateurs, and then as a pro, and when we had blokes coming in sparring, you know, he'd be flattening people.
We know what Pat Barrett can do and what he can do.
Oh, he's got him. He's got him. And Calamati is knocked cold, and the referee is not even bothering with the count.
And the world's work rate is noticeably flying, and he's got him with the left and right.
There was not no person on this earth that I wouldn't fight that. And Brian made me believe it. It made me believe that anybody I got in the ring with, I could beat him.
He went on and became a British champion. Well, he won the European title in fantastic fashion. I don't know if you've ever seen the film of his knockout of that fella. Well, I thought it killed him.
He turned pro in 1987, aged 18, and the first year he had 7 fights, winning 6 and losing the 1 against Paul Burke, a close points decision. What do you remember about that time and, you know, experiencing that first defeat early in your career? Did it set you on the path?
I think it was the most horriblest feeling you could ever possibly have when you get lose, and especially in the pro games. And I remember thinking to myself, this will never happen to me again. And I remember going back to the gym and back to the drawing board and training so.
Okay, we've had to wait a bit for the main event interview because the boxers go back and have a medical these days before the interviews. But Marcel, first of all, congratulations, mate. 4-round points win over Taka Bembere. Now Taka's a tricky opponent, tough opponent. Always comes to fight. You looked a little bit frustrated, and I mean it's been a while now. You've not been in the ring, but you look like a bit of frustration to get out there as well.
Yeah, to be honest, I went in frustrated, but what can you do when someone just wants to run? Someone doesn't want to engage. But it's good to be back. Good to be back speaking to you. It's good to be back in there, soaking it all up. Good to see everyone back out again, and I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it as much as he didn't want to engage. I still enjoyed it, and yeah, it's good to be back. Push on now.
You had a few disappointments and shows falling through, haven't you? I mean, this must be the 3, 4, 5, I don't know how many shows have fell through for you, and fights have, you know, but like you said, back in there now, it has been a bit, I mean, I mentioned frustrating, but it's been frustrating you've not been able to get in there for a while. Yeah, I thought you meant in the ring. So I've been frustrated in the ring, but outside the ring, it's been a journey, I can say that much. It's been a long time coming. I think about 4 or 5 times I've tried to box. For one reason or another, it hasn't happened, but we're back tonight, and I'm just happy to be back, yeah. I mean, I remember you starting your pro career off, and you know, you won the English title, you fought for the British title, you've done a lot in a short time, really. So hopefully now you're back in there now with all this COVID out of the way, hopefully, you can really push on now. And what's next for you? What do you hope to do next?
Like I said, things can turn around fast in this sport. I'm back on the win now, and things will open up. I'm ready for whatever. I'll listen to my coach and see what he says. But titles. That's all I want to know. Don't care about anybody's name. I just want more titles. So we can have a look now, speak to my management, speak to my coaches, and we can get some more titles.
It's great to see you back in there, mate. It always is. You've got all the skills, and I'm sure you can go all the way.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
Well, all your fans are waiting to see you, and everyone's leaving now. So nice one, mate. We'll catch up again soon. All the best. Okay, thanks for joining us tonight for the Black Flash promotion show here at the Grand Central Hall in Liverpool. I hope you've enjoyed the show. It's good night from me and everybody else, and we'll see you again next time. Thank you.
Oh, big right hand. Oh, and as I say that, then he did it.
Good right hand to the body, landed behind the left elbow from Barrett. Oh, cracking right hand once again. A sharp shooting right cross landed by Barrett.
Shot. He's got real power, genuine power in that right hand. Again, cracking right uppercut, and again you see it's the quality and the speed of punch that's coming from Barrett is probably the difference again. It's the Commonwealth Light Heavyweight title. It goes back to Mostyn in Manchester.
First and foremost, Brian Hughes is an absolute gentleman. Always has been, always will be. And he's paved the way for people like me, He put Manchester on the map, He was the first one I remember training boxers.
Boxing's missed a great legend, and he's a legend in Manchester and all over the country and all over the world, Brian Hughes. And some great fighters, Pat Barrett, and all the other fights he's had. But I can't name, there's that many of them.
The main thing that what I wanted to do was I wanted them to be different than the ordinary boxers that I'd seen, and I wanted them to have that flair, but especially, even if they got beat, where I knew that they wouldn't come with, marked up faces and what have you, and badly beaten and all that. So I insisted that we work and train on counter punching and defensive work, slipping punches and sidestepping and what have you. And it came off for us, it was lovely. Pat Barrett come along, and he just wanted to come in to train. Pat was great, and one day he stood in front of the big mirror we used to have, and I said, "What's the matter?" He said, "Well, all these seem to be stopping boxers and what have you, and knockouts, and I can't." And he was a big bony kid, and I said, "Well, you'll learn when we work up to that. You're not at stage yet where we can teach you how to throw punches properly. We've just been learning your defence, but we'll start on that next week, and I promise you." And once we started on it, he started, putting people down in the amateurs, and then as a pro, and when we had blokes coming in sparring, he'd be flattening people.
We know what Pat Barrett can do and what he can't do.
Oh, he's got him, and Calamati is knocked cold, and the referee is not even bothering with the count.
There's not no person on this earth that I wouldn't fight that. And Brian made me believe it. He made me believe that anybody I got in the ring with, I could beat him.
He went on and became a British champion. Well, he won the European title in fantastic fashion. I don't know if you've ever seen a film of his knockout of that fella. Well, I thought he killed him.
turned pro in 1987, aged 18, and the first year he had 7 fights, winning 6 and losing the 1 against Paul Burke, a close points decision. What do you remember about that time and, you know, experiencing that first defeat early in your career? Did it set you on the path?
I think it was the most horriblest feeling you could ever possibly have when you get lose, and especially in the pro games. And I remember thinking to myself, this will never happen to me again. And I remember going back to the gym, back to the drawing board and training so hard, and listening and practicing and learning that 5 years I was unbeaten for 5 years after that Paul Burke fight. And I just remember it saying it would never happen again. But it made me realise that I found myself in boxing, that I did believe that I was going to do it. From that day on, I said I'm never going to get beat again. And because Brian had so much belief in me, I thought I'm not going to let this man down. So I started taking it a lot more serious and training a lot more harder and staying a lot more focused. And he was right. I couldn't fault him, he was right. When I took it to that extreme, I was unbeaten. I couldn't be beat.
These young kids that you see now, these are my fighters. Yeah, these are what I'm bringing through myself. Yeah, as Pat Barrett. Yeah. And one day I'll be as good as Brian is. I hope to God I am as good as Brian is, because that is one hell of a trainer. We're just carrying that legacy on from Brian Hughes. This gym is not Collis and Mostyn. This gym is Brian Hughes' gym. Yeah, because I guarantee I will not let him down, and I will teach and train the same way that he did and carry on that legacy out. And I'll never forget, if anybody ever asks me when I get there, say, how did you become? I'll always remember Brian Hughes.
Anybody can be a trainer or a coach, but if you don't understand the fighter's mind, yeah, then, you know, that's what makes a good coach and a good trainer, because you don't just physically train him, you have to mentally get him ready. And the mental part to getting the fighter ready is the hardest part.
Watch this. And it's beat, put it with a dot, put it with an M. I go A-L-O-N-E. If I got a shoot, never with a friend. I'm on a shipment coming to the ends. Tell them it's different, I don't need a pen. Everything straight from the top of the dome. Dig it up, aim for the top of the head, back of the head. And it's beat, put it with a dot, put it with an M-A. L-O-N-E, wolf to the game, and I might just erupt like Pompeii. I hear that they're looking for me, well tell them they're looking the wrong way. You'll find me sitting in a factory talking profit, somebody say grace. It's a near in a great space, king of the north, I set pace. If this was a game of chess, then you already know I checkmate. I don't make clothing for the mountains, I make my clothes for the estate. And watch when the trainers drop, fuck sake, somebody better say grace. I made them triple black for the brothers that are ready to become self-made. I wasn't rich when I was on the road, but I swear down I was well paid. And when I heard you lot were making crepes, I had to say well played. But just know that my crepes will spin your trainers like a Beyblade. Cause this one's a disgrace, tell them to watch this space. And when I get my clothes off the ship and into the shop, it's a piss take. And when you got Donny's dance taken off the internet, let me just explain. Getting on the wrong side of being alone has gotta be a mistake. I'm gonna leave this one here cause I spelled this one out. It's gonna blow like a hand grenade when I pull this pin out. I used to weigh 0.9 of a gram on the scales and put it in a gin on. And now I'm competing with North Face with a brand new jet black rig up. Tell me it's beat, put it with a dot, put it with an M. I go A-L-O-N-E. If I got a shoot, never with a friend. I'm on a shipment coming to the ends. Tell them it's different, I don't need a pen. Everything straight from the top of the dome. Dig it up, aim for the top of the head, back of the head. And it's beat, put it with a dot, put it with an M-A. L-O-N-E, wolf to the game, and I might just erupt like Pompeii. I hear that they're looking for me, well tell them they're looking the wrong way. You'll find me sitting in a factory talking profit, somebody say grace.
Pat Barrett, you know, obviously trains his fighters here, and he was part of the system. I promoted him many years ago. He asked me to come down, and it's a great pleasure to be here. You know, it's where Brian Hughes brought through so many great fighters over the years that I promoted. You see Tommy's over there. You know, there's just so many guys that come out, so many happy memories. It's a privilege for me to be here, to be cutting the cake. I'm really proud that they asked me. It's been a privilege that they keep putting the fighters with me and allowing me to promote them, and I'm delighted that that's the case.
The way Pat's organised it, it's like a conveyor belt. Yeah, you've got fighters that come through. Once they do a certain amount of bouts, Pat will then pass them on to Frank, and then the next lot will come through. Do you know what I mean? All taught the same, all with the same values. Defence first.
I'm just happy to have the chance and the opportunity to try and carry a legacy on and live it under a great man, and that's all I can say really. And we'll see, we'll have a lot more champions coming out of this gym.